Okay, so let's begin this ring. Here's the information we have. The rubies are about 2.5 to 2.5, 4 of them, and the round stone is around 2.3 millimeter. They are set into a pave setting, and we have to do this in two different parts. This is the yellow part, which will be different, and which will be separate, and this will be separate. So let's begin. So when you have something like this, such rings, and you don't have a side view, so we have to work on the dimension. We have to make sure that we are following the dimension properly. Okay, so let's begin with the ring size. .54. Let's take the first stone out, that is round stone 2.3. we don't have a 2.3 here, so we can scale it. So here's transform, scale, enter, make sure the project is on. 2.3 divided by 2, that's it. So now this is 2.3. okay, this will be kind of a round shape. Okay, so this is what we have to take care about. So I'll move this up a little bit and take a circle, 2 points, use the snap option, and just make a circle here. Okay, now using the center option, I'll make another copy, which is here, using the copy option, and just mirror this on the other side. Okay, now the depth has to be not more than 0.3, so obviously this has to go up, but in this case we'll move this down. So offset this like around 0.4 and move this around 0.5 down. Okay, so this is the center one. Now we'll make a line which is coming perpendicular. Switch off this one. You can use the switch off the snap in case if it's disturbing, and you can create something like this. I can click on from first points, and that's it. Okay, we left some gap here for the prongs to sit. That's the only reason we have it here. Okay, and from here this line is going a bit up. Okay, this could be our line, just going like this. And now let's do some calculation here. This is 2.5, and the channel thickness would be around 0.9, let's say 0.8 or 0.9. So it's gonna go inside the wall like around 0.1. So 2.5 minus 0.1 from this side and 0.1 from this side, it's gonna be 2.3. So 2.3 plus 0.9 plus 0.9. So what do we have here? We have 2.3 plus 1.8, so it's 4.1. okay, so we're gonna type here. I just draw a line from here and just making continuing that line to 4.1, and we'll stop somewhere like this. Okay, so this is the position where my stone's gonna sit, the 3 the four rubies. Yeah, and this is the calculation I've done here. Okay, maybe for some reason this might be bit up. We might have to move it up, so we can do this later on. As you can see, this is around, let's keep this around 1 millimeter to be on a safer side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select everything else and move it up. Yeah, so we know that here we have 1 mm of metal. Okay, and then we can just draw this circle here on top, which you can do right away. We keep this as 1.5 or 2 millimeter, whatever suits the best, or 1.6. I think 1.6 would be nice. We don't have any dimension, we are just referring this image, you know, to make the best out of it. Okay, so 2.5 is 5 plus 5 is 10, and 0.8 and 0.8 this side. Why 0.8? Because, you know, I'm not deducting it, the insertion of this diamond inside, so that's why it's 1.8. So that's gonna be around 11.6. so let's just do an extrude. 11.6 divided by 2. 11.6 divided by 2. Yeah. Okay, so we have something like this over here. Alright, so we are ready to go now. So once you have this, this is what you have to do. You can select outside wing rail. Okay, just adjust this to 1.5 and 1.8, and this one just bring it up like this, somewhere like this. Yes, that's fine. Using this curve, we're gonna trim this, trim the shank, the outside ring there, and we're gonna rebuild this one. So here what I'm doing now is just fixing the edge, make sure it's nice and smooth. That's how we wanted this one to be. And the other one, the other side, we can just trim this and mirror this on the other side. Join this and delete this one. Okay, so we have this, and we're gonna mirror this on the other side. We have it this already. Join it and mirror this over here. Yeah. Okay, for some reason they are not attached to each other, so we have to do a project to C plane. Project to C plane, delete input yes, and then we join them. Okay, so now it's joined into one closed curve, and that's what we want. Okay, so let's begin the first part. Okay, now once you have this, you may choose to actually trim this. Okay, this one over here. Okay, so how do we do this? You can do a union within this curve, the one which is with the ring rail, or you can do it from the above one, but just make sure this metal is insert inside this one. That is the main part. So, or I suggest to just offset like 0.6 metal outside this one, and we can just trim with this one, which can be a good idea as well for us. Delete input all, and that's it. We have this one over here. And how much of an extrusion we have to do? Let's do the calculation again. So here the diamond is 2.3, and we give a groove of around 0.3. So 0.6 on each side. So 2.3 plus 1.2 is 3.5. Exactly 3.5. So we extrude this around 3.5. Okay, and as you can see here there's a slight metal coming out. Okay, so we have to keep this metal here for some reason. So for that reason, what I'm going to do, okay, we don't need this anymore because we just offset this curve, so we're going to delete this curve. We don't want this anymore. Okay, so there was a metal over here which was visible, so I'll just project this line on this curve to have a guideline. So just project this over this polished surface, so I have something like this. So this is like a guideline. I need a metal above this one, so explore and keep one of those curve and just delete the other one. Now this I'm gonna offset on curve around 0.6, and I'll do the same here with this surface. And flip 0.3, enter. Okay, so these two curves, and this one as well. Flip. Okay, so I have this 4 lines for pave, so just take this on side and just trim this. If you have seen the basic video, you will understand what exactly I'm doing here, the process for the pave. So split, and offset the surface around 0.4 inside without the solid, and offset this outside around 0.03. Okay, and then trim the surface. So we have two surfaces here, and I'm simply gonna join these two surfaces. So This is what we have here. This is the surface, and before I drew a boolean, I just want to extend this to 0.6 because if you look in the image, this is more than what now we think, like this is same like this thickness. So I'm going to keep this 0.6. so right now it's 0.3 here. I have to extend by more 0.2, so I'm just going to do a scale 1D. Move 0.3 up, and we do a scale here. Okay, so that's look better. And this is what we'll have once we do this thing. Okay, so this is done. We have to follow this from inside. We're going to see this later on, how we can do this. Okay, and let's set the stones. Let's set the prongs here. For some reason they were going a bit inside. I don't know what is the reason. Yeah, the reason is they are a bit inside of the metal. So just move this a little bit upside and set one more gem over here, which is 2.3. The diameter is okay. The drop is going to be 0.1. Height is going to be 0.7 because it's a bigger stone, or you can even keep it 0.6. Fillet going to be, that's fine, 50, and taper is 0. We don't need any taper. Or if you want taper, you can also do this. You can keep a bit taper. So there's the two options now. Either you can set a prong of 0.4, 2 prongs here, or one common big prong. Okay, so I just thought let's just keep 4 prongs instead of 2, and 0.5 should be good enough. Okay, so we have like too much space over here, but that's fine. You can add some more prongs, just to fill it, not to have a gap. So I'll just put this over here, and I'll just mirror this on the other side. Okay, mirror this on the other side, including the stones, so we have something like this. Okay, now there is an option in C-plane to set the C-plane on an object. So the command is, you have to type C-plane and you have to click on object. So I have set a shortcut for this. What happens when you click on the object, the C-plane goes directly on to that place. Okay, and this way it's much easier, if you have to get a stone outside. For example, now it's coordinating to the world axis, so that's why we have the stone over here, but that's fine. Or you can just click here and click on gem, you can click on gem, select the gem, and you have it here. Size is 1, and we flip it. Okay, so I have a stone here which is exactly 2.3, and let's move this 2.3 divided by 2. How much was it? 2.5. Yeah, sorry. Undo 2.5 divide by 2, yeah, exactly. And you copy one more, 3.5. You see the calculation we did, it's perfectly alright, and that's the reason we don't have any issue here. We are not facing any issue. Okay, so undo C plane, and we just copy this. Before I copy, I would like to move this down around maybe 0.5. Something like this, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna offset this inside around 0.9. So I'm gonna use the C plane object again, and 0.9 inside offset. Okay, undo. And this is what we're gonna need later on to cut the surface. Okay, so everything is fine here. We just need to extrude this shank, and later on we're gonna see how we can taper this from the side view. So extrude. Okay, we'll also extrude this pipe the same amount. And if you think the circle is a bit smaller, you can always do a scale 2D from here. We'll just do it like 2 millimeter. Yeah, this looks good now. And that's it. We do a cutout here. We do the same thing over there. Okay, so now here's the thing you have to do. You have to scoop out from inside, and that's the that's a bit you know, kind of tricky part, I would say. So here's what I do. I offset this like 0.8 inside. So I have a metal. You can see like I have a curve inside. Okay. And over here, especially this curve, and along with this one, the inside one and the outside one, I'm just gonna extrude this separately around till the diamond. Okay, till here. And once I do this, I don't need anything else. I would just extrude like 0.8 less from this side as well. So we have this as a guideline, which is like 0.8 at a distance of 0.8. You can confirm this. Yeah, it's around 0.9. Yeah, that's much better. And we extrude this curve till 0.9 here, but both sides. I'm changing a layer for you guys to understand what's really going on. Outside. And that's it. So here's what you have to do. Use this option to cut the finger array. And now here's the thing. In case you want to cut this halfway, like you want to scoop out only half, so what you will need to do is you would need to cut this right from the center. Okay, so here just trim this out, cap this one. Okay, and fillet this corner here 1 millimeter is good, and this corner as well. Okay, and then you do a Boolean difference. Yeah, okay, that's it. Now if you see underneath, we got it nicely hollow, and this one we're gonna cut this out as well from this surface. So what happens is we can just set this on top, you know, as a different metal, as you can see from top. But we have to fix this as well. We have to extrude the surface and cut this from the bottom, so we can see the diamond from here. And this one over here, this guy, it's gonna be like gonna be till here, you know, so it's separate. If you hide this, you won't see this one, and this will be on the other side. So we have to fix this few things, and we are good to go. So let's continue. And one more thing I wanted to explain is that when you do a scooping, keep this for the very last, you know. So for example, now imagine the shank is straight from here, but over here it's a bit tapered. So we don't know if we need a taper one or we need a straight one. So we're gonna keep the object here, and we do the Boolean for the later stage. Okay, I explain you why you would need to do like that. So just do the scale like what we did earlier. Okay, I think this is Boolean already, and I have to do undo again. Okay, now it's fine. So let's cut this part, circle from 3 points. Usually I keep it like 1.2, you know, from the top. Or you can keep it like this area. This one should be more than 0.7. That's the only thing you have to take care about. So this is more than 0.7, so that's fine. We are on a safer side. So I'm going to extrude this like around I don't know how much is this. And by the way, I didn't see this one. There is a double object on the side over here, so we have to extrude this again by 0.6, I would say. So extract a surface and just do and straight around 0.6, but on the other side minus 0.6. Okay, and just fill it, you know, slightly on the sides to see the effect. Set all 0.2, yeah, something like this. Yes, exactly. And it's gonna be on the other side as well. So we have to reduce this more, I believe. And guess what, I just thought that maybe I can just completely boolean this part from this one, and I can keep this part only and the joint from down, you know. I'll explain you this. So let's hide this one and let's see what's happening down. Okay, so this is short now. This is connected to this and this over here. So how do we separate? We can just do a boolean from this and we are good to go. And I would think, I suggest that let's just do a boolean with this. So what happens is you see things like this underneath your shank. Okay, okay, I just had to fillet them. That was the extra surface there. Okay, so this is all one group, so I'm going to color this into one color, and move this a little bit up. Let's just group them all. Move like around 5 millimeter. Okay, so this is separate, and let's just keep this smaller as well. Scale to this center. Okay, now the thing is, I can keep a block here as if this is going down and it's touching there. Okay, group, and the metal to touch is this one, so that's going to be 0.8 by 0.8 and 1 millimeter out. Okay, so this is the metal part here. I'm going to move the mid to the quad, so we have the mid and the quad over here, and I'll just hide this inside somewhere here. Okay, yeah, this is good. And this part, it's sticking out like 0.6. This part is sticking out 0.6 from here. Okay, so select this, move this here, it goes like 0.6 inside. So if you see from the base, from underneath the ring, you will see like this. Okay, so this is the one which is holding the this part, like not to go too deep. And let's put this back here. 5 millimeter, we raised it. Yeah, you see, that's fine. So what I can do now here, I can just extrude this down, or I can bring this down to mark a cutting point for this, which can be this one over here. Okay, so copy this to the other side and just do a boolean difference, and we click on no. Okay, that's fine. Alright, this tiny part we just need to delete this one over here, because it's group. We cannot select them separately, but now we can. So I'll change this to another color so you know what exactly it's going on. So later on this can be just lasered, you know, so we don't have to worry about anything. So this is good. Alright, so now we move to the supporting part for this, between these two princes, two rubies. We need to just add a bar here. So this can be done with a normal round bar if you want, or a square bar. In case you want a square bar, this is what we have to do. We have many different options, like we can select the color from here, from the setting menu, you know, use this option and put this, and we have this over here. Okay, but frankly speaking you don't need this one, so I'll just undo this one, and I'm gonna add a line manually. So I just use this line curve from end to the end, and that's exactly in the middle. So here's the trick: pipe it with the diameter 1.5, and then you rebuild this with 4 points. Explode, rebuild. So here's what you have to do. You have to keep this 4, 4, 1 and 1. Just see what do we have here. As you can see, we have a bar here, so that was much faster now. And we can even rotate this with the MSR option. That's it, and we'll just move this down somewhere near here. Okay, so that's one support between the two diamond, and we can just add more. You can always check the height, you know, if it's not 0.8 you can make it 0.8, and that's it. Copy this over here, 2.5, and just made this on the other side. So we have this bar underneath the stones to hold them, you know, and we are good. Now the only thing remaining is the hollow. Okay, so for the hollow we need to determine how much we need to taper the ring, and this is again based on the look. Alright, okay, I see this. Okay, this is because we don't have this one over here. Alright, fine, this is good now. So let's come directly to the taper option. you have to select this channel over here as well, this two channel, the shank and the hollow part, the one which we're gonna use to hollow, yeah. And from transform, this is the menu, this is the option, it's called taper option, and I'm gonna taper exactly from this corner, okay, from this end, okay. So you have to be a bit careful with here. So I'm gonna highlight the line over here where exactly, so I know where I'm clicking, so now I'll be sure that I'm clicking on the right side. You can always look here that the curves is hovering from the same level, okay. Yeah, yes, this is the right menu we want to hold on. So just drag a line down, okay, use the flat option, yes, and just do a taper, okay. And if you're happy with the shape, you can just click on it, and that's it. We'll have a nice shape, something like this. And we are not affecting anything from the top, so everything remains the same. Now the only thing you need to take care about this shape, as you can see, this is smaller here and this is going, you know, a bit bigger. So here's what you have to do. You have to extract this surface, copy option, untrim the surface, and rebuild in case you want to do that. I'll keep 12 by 12. By 3 by 3. I'm gonna solid offset this inside around 0.8 or 0.9, whatever suits the best. We kept it 0.9, so we're gonna keep the same here. 0.9. And just mirror this on the other side. I'm gonna cut this with this one. You can see now this is the change we're gonna have, okay. There is a possibility that it might fail the boolean, but luckily it didn't, so we are good to go. So now you have a right thickness over here, everything looks good. That was the only part we missed, so we're gonna just do the hollow now. Didn't put no, and dun, 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 we are done. That's the beauty. You see, everything is clean here, there's no extra metal, nothing, and ta-da. So quickly finish this off. And cut this with the cutter. So hide all the gems just to have a look if you missed out anything. To me it looks good, it's fine, and we just hide the curves. Okay, so this is how you make such a ring. So just group them and render them together. This one is yellow gold, and this one along with the prongs is white gold. Oopsie, I forgot to color the diamonds. And don't forget, always remember to save your work. I always forget this, and I have complication later on, you know, it fails to recover sometimes. So make a habit of saving your files. And that's it. Now the only thing is, when you make an STL, you make this as a separate STL and this as a separate STL, and we are ready to print this model. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any question, do let me know. Thank you very much. Bye bye.